Hi guys, is everybody out there? I am going to start the class right now. I didn't realize that it was going to be a different time in my basement because I'm 2 minutes below or behind but down here. So while you work out, please make sure that you work your full range of motion. You're in control of everything that you do as you do it, and that you only do what you can do. And not all body parts are created equally. So you really need to make sure that you understand that going from one exercise or stretch to another so that you don't put onto it. Hi, I just making sure that one headshot. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to stand up here. So get yourself nice and stable. Feel your feet right through that whole body from head to foot. So that head is nice and relaxed and it's in, it's back and down. Hinge at the hips, bend the knees, tuck the tail in, roll it up, shoulders are back and down, shoulders, and then in. Again, hinge up the hips, tuck that chin and hunch that back, space your vertebrae up really, really nicely so you keep that morning tall, head out and then in. And then from the front, tuck, hinge, hunch, roll, 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 shoulders back and down, chin in. One more. Hinge at the hips, a little angle, roll, roll, shoulders back and down, chin up and in. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Take a deep breath. Exhale and take a deep breath. As you exhale, pull up through the center and then one more roll up. Just to bring some energy into that spine. All right. Now we're going to get started from the bottom. So if you can bring up your foot and just do a point and a flex and a point and a flex and a point and then hold that and tilt it in, tilt it out, tilt it in, tilt it out, tilt it in, tilt it out. Sorry about that. Put that foot down, tuck it in, roll it up. I guess I need to have some assistance here. Other side. It really is best if you can try to actually not use balance or use something so that you can exercise that other foot. Sorry, people. Exercise that. I have an extra soft carpet, an extra soft mat, and very weak ankles. And then here we go. Hold it in. But they're getting better. External rotate, internal rotate, external rotate, internal rotate. Last one. Bring it down, tuck it in, roll it up, shoulders back and down. And I didn't forget this one. I just needed some help. 4 circles to the right. If I had my chair, it'd be perfect, right? 4 circles to the left, around and around. And then bring it down, tuck it in, roll it up. And as much as that would have been 3 continuous exercises, it's way okay. 4 circles to the right. And then 4 circles to the other side. All right, let's do that vertebrae roll up, tuck it in, roll it up, shoulders back and down, and get that knee area so your feet are somewhat close. There's no weight, just 4, and 3. Last one, reverse, and another one, and last one. Tuck it in, roll it up, shoulders back and down, chin up, and in. Now the hips. So I'm going to turn a little bit on the angle, so you really want to be as far as you are front and back. Now, I didn't say it, but I hope that you did it. Bring it to the front and reverse is that you are nice and tall. Your shoulders are back and down, and you're getting a nice round. And then tuck it in, roll it up, shoulders back and down, chin up. A little different one for you today. This is really interesting. It's called hip disassociation. So we're going to keep our whole lower body part completely straight and our upper part straight. And we're just going to move our hips. So make sure you're tall, your shoulders back. And what you're going to do is you're just going to turn your belly button to one side of the room and then to the other side. So you are torso rotating. Be tall on that spine. You do not want to introduce a pinch point. So again, nice and stable. Just rotate the belly button. Keep your knees front. Keep your shoulders front. And this is really, it's called disassociation, which is because it's the only movement happening is the hips are moving by themselves. One more, be tall. When you're tall, You don't introduce pinch points. Bring it down if you're fortunate anyway. Tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders are back and down. And let's just do a gentle swing, just to really make sure that we can have mobility in that rotation movement. I'm going to turn a little bit on the side. And then if you want, you can reach out across. Reach, reach. Keep your arms, don't go above the shoulders. We're not quite that warmed up yet. Just go for the reach. Get that upper back. Excellent. And here we go. Bring it to the front. Tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders back and down. Keep those shoulders back and down. Bring that chin up and in. And these are fabulous. Oh, we'll start here first. I don't know. This is really important to wake up those little tendons. And it's a good way to make use of something you hear all day long. I don't know, I don't know. Only be sure that your chest is nice and tall so that you can actually make use of the full range of motion, because if you're here, you're not getting the front because you've really shortened it. So open up that chest. And then here's your next one. This is amazing. Part of my shoulder rehabilitation. Shoulders back and down, heads in. So your hands are at a 90-degree angle. They're not here, and they're not here, and they're not here, and they're not there. They are square. Square, 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 square. And you simply pulse. Little gentle pulses. You can go as fast or slow or high or as low as you want. Doesn't matter. Just make them little pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And it's another way to wake up those little tendons. And you know what? Your neck is attached to that whole upper connectivity root. So it's a nice way to get ready to do neck stuff by relaxing those shoulders. And believe it or not, if you had weights in your hand, these would be pulsing biceps. They'd actually be a bicep exercise. Tuck it in, roll it up. But we're using it as an energizer stretch. Oh, I got a couple of extra adjustments on that. I must have woken something up. So I'd like you to bring yourself back down and hunch that back. Release to flat. Hunch that back. Release to flat. And one more. Hunch that back. Release to flat. Tuck your chin and hunch your back and roll it up. I hope you didn't have your hands on your knees. They were above the knees because you never want to put pressure on your knees, right? All right, so here we go. Let's do a little bit of neck stretches here. So we're going to look over to the right, and then we're going to look front, and then we're going to look over to the left. Bring it front. Bring it over to the, where was I? Bring it to the front. And as you do this, you really want to make sure that your shoulders are back and down, your chest is tall, because you know that is your range of motion. Tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders back and down, morning tall, bring it in. Okay, this one here, we're going to tilt, be nice and tall, head on that shelf, and then just tilt your head to the side. Tilt your head to the same side again, and up. Let's do two on the other side. So, tilt and up. And what I didn't say yet, because we're going to do alternate ones. Tilt. Now let's alternate the next two. So, if you put your right hand out and bend out to the side, you can get a longer stretch through down. But be ready for it. You don't have to work it too hard. Other side, always reset in the center. Hand out, tilt ear to, and you don't want any awkward placement of your head. It's simply straight to the shoulder. Chest is tall. See, caught myself. Back up. Tuck it in, roll it up. Sometimes I feel like I'm introducing some strain throughout. That's why I do these roll-ups. All right. Here we go. Really good ones here. Okay, so you know the other day we reached up, reached back. Well, this time we're going to use that movement, but we're going to put this hand back here. We're going to grab this hand here, bring it from around, and that fatty part, we're going to move it. So we're going to get that upper back and chest stretch, tricep stretch, sorry. So we all just do it. We do it like this. We put it up there. We either push or we pull from the top. Well, here's how it really goes. You reach out, and then you bring that hand down to the middle of the back. You grab this end and you grab the fat and you pull it in towards, so you get an extra stretch. It's almost like a self-assisted stretch. Bring it up. Let's do that again. Hands out. Left hand goes to the back of the back, middle of the back. The other hand comes around and it pulls it across. So this is what it looks like. Because if we just kind of go up here, we might just end up doing this sort of thing where we kind of lose the effort in it. When you come out to the side and you place that and plant it and come from behind, you're going to get that beautiful stretch that you're looking for. Tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders back and down, chin up. All right, let's do a side bend. So if you need your chair, please grab your chair. Oh, and be tall. You can reach up and just push that hip out and bring it up. Let's do it again. Up and really reach out and bring it up. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Other side. You think I can do this without a chair? No. I certainly hope so. And you can put your hand wherever you choose. Take a deep breath. Shoulders back and down. All right. Bring it back. Tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders back and down. Let's pulse those shoulders again. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. And you already know that you did the pulse and shoulders, which would be almost next. Oh, love these, right? Already did these. And then you open this, and you can do your angels, where you touch your shoulders, you touch your hands. And if you were like this and you're offset, that's how you know you have goals. And, you know, I've been to a number of sessions ran by doctors at CanFit Pro, and it came to that you can do 500 of these throughout the day to get that arm back, sort of thing. It gives you that mobility. And notice that I'm not back here, like over top of my shoulders. I'm naturally just front of my head. That's very important. Tuck it in, roll it up, shoulders back and down. Bring those hands back up, up, reach back, hands, elbows out to the side, touch those elbows. So this is your beautiful chest stretch. Touch, open that chest. Open that chest. Okay, 4 more. I had my chin down. You should not have your chin down. I was looking at something. Point, all right. And let's do another vertebrae roll up. Roll it up. Tuck it in, roll it up. I had to go for a little run. Bring it back in. And here we go. Tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders back and down. And let's just roll it back and forth. And let's get a little bit of inner thigh today. We're sitting all day long. We got to get that quad stretched. You know, we want to get our ham stretched. So a good way to start off with just making sure that you can do your seated squats properly is having your feet nicely planted. And what's really important, regardless of what width you choose, is that you don't change the width throughout the movement. Find that spot, keep that spot, use that spot. Because if that is your homework to take away without, you do not want to add weights to a wobbly knee and potentially introduce something unfavorable. So make sure those knees are very stable and stay this distance, all right? And this is what it looks like for me. I know a lot of people kind of like doing the crouchy thing. I kind of cringe at that. I'm very fearful of knee things for that. So this is the way I choose to do it. All right. And it's all about the breathing, right? Inhale, exhale, pull up. Exhale, pull up. Exhale, pull up. Exhale, pull up through the center. Tuck it in, roll it up. All right, let's get a nice little wide one here. So, sitting feet, your knees go towards the direction of your second big toe. That's where you know where to put your knees. And you can reach out front. You can put your hands here. You can do whatever. We're just really kind of warming that inner thigh. Okay, let's just do 3 more. We'll get those hips all warmed up or stretched. Do our vertebrae roll-ups. Deep breaths. Call it energize. Tuck it in, roll it up. All right. Put your hands right there, right on those little dimples. Relax your knees, shoulders back and down. Just gently look up and lean back. Bring back to center. Bend those knees. Hold yourself. You're pushing into that back, stabilizing your back. Bring it up. Tuck it in. Let's do the back hamstring. So if you just hinge at the hips, you'll start to feel that hamstring stretch. That's what we're looking for. If it's not favorable for your back, put a bend in those knees. Just understand that the more bend you have, the less range of stretch you have in your hamstring. Not a problem. This is the other way around that. Hinge, bend your knees, put your fingers underneath your toes, lengthen that hamstring, and see if you can straighten them. If you can pull away from your fingers against that foot and then actually open up that back and hamstrings. Hands on the thigh, tuck it in, roll it up. Shoulders back down, chin in. And let's just do a little rotation. All right. And another vertebrae roll up, 2 deep breaths. And we'll do just a couple wrist exercises. Roll it up. And one more. Hinge, hunch, tuck, roll, roll. Shoulders back and down, chin up and in. And before we go, let's do a little wrist stretch. And they are the finest bones and tendons. Treat them accordingly. One finger, baby finger, doesn't matter. There you go. And you never want to do the finger area of any of these because that hyperextends all of those ligaments. But you don't want to be here and not getting that. So you got to find that beautiful spot, probably right around where the knuckles are, and a gentle pull in, release. And then shake it out, other side. And these are probably the least direction that we need, release, simply because we're always forward. So these are the ones that are great. So ideally, you don't want to be coming up from the fingertips, hyperextends the wrist. You don't want to bend the elbow, it takes everything away. You want to get the thumb in part of it. So get that hand nice and behind. Try to keep your fingers straight. Lengthen that arm and gently pull it towards you. I used to do this, and where's my thumb? Just like all day long on that mouse. Get that thumb behind there. Keep those fingers. I have very bad round forward hands. That's why I like doing my planks on my hands when I can. Shake it out. Other side. Okay, it looks like this. Bring it in here. Pull it in towards you. Shake it out. Little stretch. Tuck it and roll it up. We can do a whole wrist, what do you call it? Let's say goodbye that way, actually. A whole wrist section if we had the time. So here we go. Bring one palm out, bring it in. Just turn this palm and say goodbye. Or bring the other side in. Just gently turn it around. Goodbye. So what you're doing is you get an internal rotation. There are external rotations, all the above, different day. Tuck it in, roll it up. 2 deep breaths, and we're out of here. Chin up and in, nice and wide. Sit back. Breathe it in. Exhale. Step it in. And give yourself a clap. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. You're not too sweaty, and we'll see you Friday.